tell you what, I love the intro music. I do. I can get right on down to that. Anyway, welcome back. It feels like we were only here about 10 minutes ago. New channel, same people, same rubbish. No, I'm joking. Welcome to Extra Time HeadQuarters Show, our weekly chat, anything West Ham, football, whatever you want, really. Andy, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I wanted to give wanted to talk about the weekend's results, really, because originally, obviously, we if we lost, we could have gone 16th, and if we won, we've gone to 9th. Obviously, we briefly mentioned the Man City game, but the one what I want to talk about the most, what really surprised me, was the Wolves Tottenham game, because in my opinion, if Mo Salah scores that equaliser, they'll still be talking about it now. Or Messi, the fact that it's a Wolves player who took that control and smashed it in that goal. It's the same with our goals. I think some of our goals have been world class, like the Bowen one against Brighton, and they're comparing Mo Salah's one from 3 years ago, which was nowhere near it. Pundits always have to compare out of Sky 7, I call it now, including Newcastle.
Yep.
They don't get the credit they deserve, in my opinion.
No, that goal was I mean, Bowen's goal against Brighton, Kudusi's goal against Brentford. The touch, I don't know who's it that scored the goal, Andy. Remind me of the fella's name.
I don't even want to try and pronounce it, but yeah, it was class.
It was him. Yeah. All right. Hang on.
You know me. I'm not. I'm not good with pronunciation. That's why I like to. You've got to say. Yeah, you've got to say Lucas Paqueta's full name again.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either. It was Pablo Sarabia, and the touch to bring it down was sublime. Again, it reminded me of Jared Bowen's goal. That was against Brighton. The first touch makes the goal. That's the special part of it. It's the control. He doesn't just bring the ball down, but he brings the ball down in such a way that it leaves him open to then be able to use the opposite foot to take the shot quickly gets it away, which that doesn't allow the keeper the chance to set himself, and that's what makes it a good goal. Steve?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually see the goal. I was listening to it on the radio, but I think the most satisfying bit was the guy I play golf with is a huge Spurs fan, lovely fellow, my mate Paul, and he was absolutely.
There's some of them about, Steve.
Yeah, he was. The last 2 games, he's been spitting feathers about.
Bless him.
But again, he's being a bit older like myself. He's sort of very matter of fact about it. Well, it happens. You win some, you lose some. But no, I mean, shout out to Gary O'Neill there. Actually, he's done a hell of a job. He's done really well, and I bet the club who got rid of him and replaced him wish they hadn't now.
Oh, Bournemouth, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it was Bournemouth that gave him the chop, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Bournemouth are in the bottom 3, aren't
they? Listen, I think he's having a blinder. I really do. I rate him. I rate him highly for the jobs he's doing, not necessarily as a manager as a whole.
Yeah,
but for the jobs he's doing. I mean, I went to watch my brother's team on Saturday. We walked into the clubhouse just at kick-off of my brother's game, and it was on 79 minutes of the Wolves game, and we walked into the bar at the end of the game to see that Spurs had lost that game. I was like, what? When? How? Obviously, because I was too busy watching the game. So to see it happen, was superb.
You know,
Yeah,
definitely.
Postecoglou's done a great job at Spurs, though.
Yeah, he has.
Makes it even worse because he's impossible to hate Postecoglou.
Oh, he's such a nice
I think
guy,
we should have gone for him when we had the chance, but it's irrelevant now. But he's doing well.
Yeah, he is. He's genuinely a really lovely bloke, isn't he? And it's you can't dislike him. So
no. Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, the other shock result we briefly talked about before that, obviously Bournemouth getting the result against Newcastle. And reason why I wanted to talk about that game was the confrontation what Trippier had with the supporters. What did you make of that?
Steve, do you want to take that first, mate?
I've heard about it. I mean, I watched quite a bit of that game, and Newcastle looked absolutely knackered, to be honest. They looked dead on their feet. And Trippier should know better, because supporters are a very fickle bunch, as we know so well. You know, when you're winning, and however you're winning, those players walk on water. When you lose, those players should never wear the shirt again. And Trippier has been about the game long enough to know that's how supporters react. And, you know, the Newcastle supporters, I know I've known quite a few over my years, and they're really passionate. They're as passionate about Newcastle as we are about West Ham. It is at such a deeply embedded cultural thing, supporting Newcastle. And yeah, they are sharky. That's very true. So I think Trippier's been around long enough to know not to do that, and I don't think it helps. It's like when Rooney came off in the England game and said it's nice to have your own supporters booing you. Well, you've been awful, mate. No, I don't think we should boo you, but you've got to take some responsibility for the fans' reaction.
I've got. Sorry, Dave. Go on, mate.
Well, all I was going to say was I actually think it's refreshing. I actually completely and utterly agree with what he said. Do I agree with the fact that it was directly after the game and at the side of the pitch? Would maybe coming out on social media might have been, you know, give you a chance for the emotions to simmer down a bit. But I liked it. I liked the fact that he went and did it. I like the fact that, you know what? No, you ain't calling into question our commitment and the effort that we've just put in. I'm not having that. How many players have we got out? I've got all the time in the world for that.
Okay, yeah.
All the time in the world for it. And I do believe more players should essentially come out and say, hold your horses a minute. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't appreciate what's being said. I'd appreciate it if Moyes came out and said, look, what's the fucking problem? You know, all of you lot, Moyes out. You think you can do a fucking better job of me with the players we've got and the way that the style of play? You know, a bit like Harry Redknapp did. Do you remember when the guy who was, Redknapp, I'm better than that Lee Chapman. You should probably give me a game up front. Get your boots in, son. Go on, put your money where your mouth is. Off you go.
He bought him. It was friendly, wasn't it?
Yeah, he bought him on. I think it was.
Redknapp said he was still better than Lee Chapman.
Yeah. And when the guy came down and asked him, like the announcer, who are you bringing on? Do you not know? That's our new Italian striker. Yeah. And he just took the piss out of him. But I appreciate that. I do, because you know what? People say, well, we pay our money. We've got a right to have a say in what. And you're right. Yes, we do. But then if we expect players to take criticism, we've got to expect the same back. I think it's a two-way. It has to be a two-way street. And I actually would appreciate it more if more players came out and did it.
Yeah. I will say something on that comment, which I think is quite important. We say we pay our money, we have a right to an opinion. Yes, we do. What we don't have a right to do is abuse people. And that happens.
I agree.
And we think because we've paid for our ticket, we can be vile to other human beings just because we have. Sorry, you don't have that right. You have a right to an opinion, but you don't have a right to abuse people who are on a football pitch, in my opinion.
Right. Who wants to play a fun game? Who wants to play a fun game?
Me.
Yeah, go on then.
Everyone in the chat. This shouldn't take long either, and I think this will. I know, Duke. Maybe we should save your thing. I don't think we might have time to do your bit what you said, but we done it at work today. In like every morning we have a stand up, and we have to do it. It's about football, so it's good. Yeah. So we have got to create a Premier League 11, but we're only allowed to pick one player from one team. So if we go round, people in the chat can do it. So you could like pick your goalkeeper. Like we'll do a 4-4-2, make it nice and easy. But you're only allowed to pick one player from one team, and then at the end we'll see what team would do better. Yeah? Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
It's putting everyone on the spot. People in the chat as well. I know there's only 6 or 7 of us, but I just thought it would be quick because you don't really got time to think about it. So we can correct you. So, for example, if I went Ramsdale and then went blooming Odegaard, I'm fucked, obviously. So you've got to try and think on the spot to get to where you want to be. Yeah. Yeah. Sound good?
Oh, okay. I'm going to be hopeless at this.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Right. So for me, I am going to go Leno from Fulham for my goalkeeper.
Okay, I'm going to go, and I can't remember his name, the Spurs keeper.
Oh, what's his name? God, you put me on the spot now. I'll probably need to go to the Premier League website. Do you remember it, Duke?
No.
Oh, God.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper. Hang on. I haven't thought it. I should have prepared for this, but I didn't have time. But yeah. Vicario, there we go. Sharky's gone for Alisson, so he's got Liverpool out the game already. Good choice, though, Sharky. I like it. What about you, Duke?
I'm going to go Jose Sarr.
Good shout. Very good shout. Left back. Who's gonna go? Who's gonna go first? I don't mind going first if you want.
Go on.
Yeah, no, this is tough actually. I'm gonna go Rico Henry from Brentford.
Good shout. Very good shout.
My knowledge of left backs is fairly limited. I'm probably going to have Emerson actually there.
Oh, West Ham's out the game. Good choice, though, Steve. Good choice.
Oh, come on.
It's tough, isn't it? I thought it might go quite quick, actually.
You know what? I'll choose the young lad. I might regret this. Oh, he scored. Scored for Newcastle against Man United. Hall.
Yeah. Do you know the other one who I thought you? Do you know the other one who I thought you might have picked?
Go on.
Tyreek Mitchell from Palace.
There was.
Yeah.
Chance,
it's harder. I understand.
Look elsewhere, yeah.
Yeah. Sharky's gone for the Brighton. Oh, is it Espinina, whatever his name is, isn't it? The Brighton left back, isn't it?
The Brighton left back.
Yeah, that's a good shout as well. Becca's gone for Edison.
So she's wiped
Man City out.
Yeah, the equation.
Right, make it easier if you want, so you can think about it. You can pick both centre backs now if you want.
Shit.
This is tough, isn't it? It is tough.
I'll go for Maguire and Van Dijk.
Right. Okay.
Largely because I'm running out of players that I know. Where's James? Where's James?
Where's James when you need him? Yeah. I am going to go for. I'm going to go for Tarkowski.
Yeah, good.
And God, this is. I can't even remember what I picked earlier. Actually, to be fair,
That's why I'm writing mine down.
I'm gonna go for Tarkovsky and Mark Gay from Palace.
Yeah.
You absolute slimy wanker. That's exactly what I've just
What
written.
both of them? What both of them?
As you were saying the second name, I've already written Gay and I've just written Targo.
I'll change it. No, we can't have the same. I'll go for another one. One second. What? You've
You've
done both of them. You've done both of them, yeah.
I've literally written them both down.
Right. Okay. God, this is tough now. 1 second. 1 second. See, this is all fun and games, isn't it?
Yeah. If you're a masochist who wants to hit himself over the head with a bit of wood, it's fun and games.
Because I've already used that. I'm going for Craig Dawson. Craig Dawson.
That's a great shout. Fuck.
How did we miss big doors?
I'm going to go for Craig Dawson and oh God, this is tough. You know what? I think I'm going to go Michael Keane, another Everton player. I think he's a decent centre half. He's not great, but just to fit him in.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Sharky as well. I forgot about him. Saliba and Braithwaite. Oh, that's a good combo as well.
I did consider Saliba. I did, but there are other players elsewhere that I feel I need to use for Arsenal. That's not. I don't want to fuck myself up somewhere down the line. So I'm trying to play the long game here.
So am I. I'm doing average defenders and going all out to midfield and attackers. That's what I'm doing. Just to outscore the other team. That's what I'm going for. Bex has gone for Robinson, Diego Carlos as well from Villa. That's a good one. Oh, and Varane. Good choice.
Not a bad shout.
So you've done your two, ain't you, dude? I've nicked yours.
Mine, yeah.
Right. So right back now, people.
Kieran Trippier.
That's what Bex has done as well. But no, it's fine. Me and Duke done identical, so you can. You're going to end up mixing people, so that's fine. Duke, what about you, mate?
And Pascal Gross.
Good shout. Good shout. I am going to go for. Mine is Matty Cash.
Oh yeah, good one. Yeah.
But again, I didn't want to use him because there's a possible Villa player I want to drop in at some point. So I'm trying to again keep me powder.
Right. We'll make it easier because you can go. We've done 4 set. You can go 3-3, 4-3-3, or 4-4, whatever you want to do. Or we'll make that easier because it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So my midfield. One of mine is going to be mine's Rodri.
Yeah.
Is one. And my second one is Bruno Guimaraes.
Okay.
That's the 2.
Okay.
My midfield. Well, I'm going to have Deckers in there. Declan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's his face from City? De Bruyne.
Oh.
Now I'm struggling. I'm just trying to think of another midfielder from a different club.
I've got one for you if you want, because someone used it at work. Polinia from Fulham. Have you had Fulham yet?
No, I haven't. I'll take Polinia.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you.
So that's my 2. I still need another one. I'm going for the Pac-Man.
Yeah. If I used Emerson, I'd have had Pac-Man.
Yeah, so I've got Rodri, Guimaraes, and Paqueta. Oh, that's a midfield 3.5, isn't it?
Yeah, well, see, I've got two defensive midfielders, so
No, it's fine. You can still go for it though. Becker's going for Song and Fernandez. Oh,
yeah.
Paqueta and Senna. He's struggling, Duke. He's bless him.
It's hard, this.
No, I'm not. I'm actually quite happy. I'm going to go 4-4-2.
Oh, are you? Okay, mate.
And I have absolutely fucking banged this. I'm winning the fucking Premier League, boys.
Go on.
I'm going to go Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Jared Bowen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go Cole Palmer.
Oh, very, very good.
I was thinking about toying with Odegaard or Rice, and then I heard you have Rice, Steve. So I scrapped that. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to use Silva as a central mid. I'm going to use Palmer in a weird kind of. I'm playing a 3 with a 1, if you get what I mean. So Sancho, Bowen, and Silva with Cole Palmer kind of in a hole behind who will be my front two. Smashed it. I smashed it. I've won the league. I don't care. I've won the league.
Oh.
Who's your strikers then, boys? Because you've got 3. So you can go 3 each, aren't you?
Yeah, so mine is Rashford, Salah, and Song.
Right.
See, I ain't even got any Spurs players.
I'm gonna go Cole
Still
Palmer.
think I've smashed it. Who?
Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have my left winger. It's gone completely. Who's the Wolves striker?
See, I thought about him as well. Huang Hee-chan.
Hee-chan.
I'll have him up front. Left wing, I'm struggling on.
You can have a couple of players the same. It's virtually impossible otherwise. But yeah, I know.
I can't think of anyone for the left wing at all. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll have Rashford.
Yeah.
I can have Manu. That's my
Sharky, look. Sharky's got Eze and Sterling and then Haaland and Watkins up front. Christ.
Yeah, I'd have had Haaland up front, but I'd already got De Bruyne in there.
Yeah.
And
it's quite good fun. So, this is actually quite good fun, though, isn't it? That's your homework, everyone. So we've done like one off scratch, but this is your homework for next week. You can sit down and do it properly, and then we'll properly compare. But it's hard, though, isn't it?
I'm going to actually go one better for next week, Andy.
Yeah.
Under 25.
Oh.
Under 25.
In the Premier League, yeah?
In the Premier League, one from each team. That'll be next week's one, under 25.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that's your homework. We'll have to put it out on social media so people can do them as well.
So here are my two 30-goal season strikers in this team, because I'll tell you now, Ollie Watkins,
and
Ivan Toney.
Yeah,
I've smashed it.
Oh my God, I forgot about him. Matoma. Oh! No.
Tell you what, that one will be interesting for next week.
Yeah.
So under 25, one player each team Premier League side.
Oh, there's a few. Hoyland is one of them.
Who?
Hoyland.
Yeah. Right. Well, I've got something for you, boys, off the back of that thing. Right. Something I did a little bit of work on.
Thanks for everyone in the chat as well for getting involved. I appreciate it. Really.
I enjoyed that. We're going to have to try and come up with something once a week where we do something off the cuff. So it has to be quick. You can't think about it. We're giving you the one to think about next week, but we'll do another impromptu one. No, I've been. So obviously we've bought in Steiden, chaps. Yeah. We brought in Tim Steiden, and we know that he has a habit a bit like Brighton did, of going out and finding talent that develops and earns their club some money, right?
Yeah.
Now, I can guarantee you, of the 11 that I'm about to give you, and I can guarantee you I am going to absolutely butcher some of these names. And I mean...
What, Pat Butcher? What, Pat Butcher?
Proper
What,
Pat.
with the earrings? With the earrings?
So...
Where's the unicorn gone, by the way?
There we go.
It'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Okay.
Surprises. So, I, as I've said previously, Football Talent Scout on Twitter. It's a nut job. He's put together a European under 23. So that's players born after 2001. What is going on in Lewisham tonight? Can we not? Please, it is Lewisham, I suppose. So yeah, under 23s.
Here we go. One unicorn.
2 seconds, chap. So I just got to send this text message. I've lost what I'm sending it to. Where is she? There she is. Call Chloe. Sorry. Yeah.
That is outstanding.
It's so fluffy. I'm gonna die. It's a good looking unicorn. I'm not quite sure about the swirly nostrils.
Well, I'll take your unicorn and I will up you a bear.
Hey!
This is what I really look like. This is why you don't get any sense out of me. Because really, I'm a stuffed toy.
I don't like you, boys. I've got nothing. I can't. I've got nothing. I've got
Right,
nothing.
Steve, do you want me to remove you so you can put the camera back off? I'll remove you so you can put the camera back off. There you go. Oh.
That's all I've got. If we're just doing show and tell, I've got it locked up as well. Look, it's quite cool.
Sharky, you said a lovely unicorn.
Yeah, absolutely. Only the top quality unicorns on this channel, mate.
I know.
So yeah. Anyway, I'm losing track. Will you two behave yourself a minute?
What's
There you
happened there?
There you go. There you go.
That's
Just
horrible.
you.
That's horrible. So he's put together a team, right, on his page that he puts together once a week, and he does an under 23s team of the week across Europe.
This is Tim Steiden.
Right. No. This is a young chap by the name of Jacek Kulik. He's he goes by Football Talent Scout on Twitter, and I've paid a lot of attention to him. And for those that have watched this channel for some time now, probably 2 years ago, I mentioned the name of Karim Adeyemi on a stream. He was at Leipzig, Salzburg, Leipzig, one of the two at the time. I said I wanted him. I've been watching him for a while. This Jacek Kulik, this Football Talent Scout, then posted about him on Twitter, and it blew up, and he was fantastic. He's he's now at Dortmund scoring goals for fun. Another name that came off of the back of this was Huang He Chan, another guy that was I watched a lot on. I've watched a lot on German football.
What has his channel become?
It's you lot, right? So,
and sorry, Duke. One last thing. Yeah, we was talking about Trippier. This is on Twitter. This is a Newcastle fan. Now, what we want to see: Trippier on crutches just before the next game. His time is up. Bring in Timo.
That's just embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Newcastle fans don't deserve nice things if that's how they're going to behave. It's quite simple, isn't it, really?
That is terrible.
Sorry.
I hate
Carry on, mate.
No, it's all right. So he's gone with a goalkeeper by the name of Junior Reis. He plays in Portugal
Okay.
for Famalicão. FC Famalicão. I'm guessing that's who they are. He's left-footed. He's only 22. He's 1.9 meters tall, which I believe puts him significantly over 6 foot.
Be about 6'2".
Actually, makes him just under 6'4".
Does it really?
Yeah.
6 foot 3.6 or whatever, you know what I mean? So just under 6'4". He's played 11 times in the league and he's kept 4 clean sheets. He has conceded 10 goals. I don't think that's going to be a reflection on him, though. Obviously, I don't know the rest of the team, but he's obviously been used. I think he's kept one of those clean sheets this week. He's actually been with Famalicão since 2019. He joined them back in 2019, so he's been there 4 years, and he's just made the step up into the first team. For the last 3 years, he's been with the under 23s.
Talking of goalkeepers, that's a very tough position, isn't it? You never really see a young goalkeeper like in the Premier League really given a chance. Really, I know Burnley are using theirs. But
that was the young lad from Manchester United, Man City.
Yeah. So you've got him, but the one who's just raved so highly, I think he's moved to Leverkusen now, was the Genk goalkeeper Van der Voort or whatever his name is. He played against us. I think he's made the move now. So yeah, it's slowly happening. But yeah, that's a position really where you don't really see him given their chance. Like everyone raves about like Nathan Trott and stuff, but he's gone to second division in France. You don't really get chances, really, do you, for a goalkeeper?
It's very difficult. And the thing is, as I said at the top of this, it's the sort of thing that Steidem will look at. Steidem will look at these youngsters across Europe. As I said, when we first came over and the three of us started doing this channel, I did mention that Steidem had obviously left both Leverkusen and who's the other one he was at? Was it Wolfsburg? It was Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg or Werder Bremen? One of the two. He left them at something like £400 million each in profit from transfers. He was the guy that saw De Bruyne at Chelsea, signed them for Wolfsburg or Werder Bremen, whoever it was, and then 18 months later,
Wolfsburg.
Sold him from Wolfsburg to Man City. I think he signed him for 60, signed him for 20 and sold him for 60. So he was the guy that saw, I think it was Gnabry at Arsenal, signed Gnabry for Leverkusen for whatever it was, and then sold him to Bayern Munich for stupid money again. So he has a habit of seeing these talents elsewhere, bringing them in, and then selling them on for vast sums. Like I say,
the only thing what worries me is from abroad is like what you've seen. Like Caduce's got a bit of strength. Paqueta's got that animal. Like it's just so hard that the foreign teams, you don't need to be that strong. Like Rodri obviously bossed it in Spain because of the blimmin' size of him, and like Ramos and people like that. It's just getting the physique. The Premier League is just a whole. But obviously, I will trust Steidem, but it's just the Premier League side of it, isn't it? Adjusting to the physicality more than anything else.
Well, it's difficult, but I'd like to think that we can. Do you know what I mean? We've said it before. In Steidem, we trust.
Yeah,
and that for me is where I'm at. You know, I want to see. Don't get me wrong. I've got this list of 11 players here that have made this under 23 kind of European side for this week or this weekend just gone. And I'm not saying we get any of these, but I'd like to see Steidem tapping up this younger market across Europe. I know we have great youngsters ourselves, but not every single one of them are going to come through and make the first team. These are kids that I say kids. They're 20, 22, 23 and younger. So you're kind of looking at that going, okay, well, it makes sense that if the likes of Ollie Skulls might not make it, well, we do need to have that backup possibly coming in from abroad, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got Emerson at left back, which is, he's not exactly old, and he's got a good number of years left in him. So, I think Ollie Skulls has enough time. I think he's only 17, Ollie Skulls. So he's got enough time to develop 3 or 4 years.
I think he needs to. If we maybe next year we can get him go to a championship. I know it's all well and good going League One, League Two. You don't want to bottom after. You want like a mid-table or playoff potential clubs. That's where you want to be loaning the players out to, and I think that's when you'll see the benefit from us as well.
See, Sharky's just said here, have you seen our young keeper Mason Terry on loan at Concord? They're bottom of the table, only 3 points. See, the problem is with that one, Sharky, it's a bad move for him, yes, but they're fucking awful. As a team, they are awful. And there's only so much, you could put the best keeper in the world. If you've got shit players in front of you, it's not going to be great. And it's just it's not worked out for him now. The sad part of it is it's Isthmian League. Now, I personally know a guy that has worked with Mason Terry on goalkeeping, coaching, etc. I know the guy that's worked. He is a fantastic talent. He is a great goalkeeper. The sad thing is it's a mistake to have gone where he's gone. So it's,
I've got to give him a shout out. I went to a lot of the youth under-18 FA Cup. He was outstanding, and in the final, his family was sitting in front of me. And honestly, I've never, because I was only like a couple of rows from the thing. It's just amazing to see like what family, like how much it's together. He had like 20 people there, and like honestly, he was outstanding for the. I know under-18s you can say it, but some of the saves, tipping him around the post. He's tall. Come on, he's. I understand what Sharky's like saying. Like I do get it, but like I'm still not writing him off. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, well, he's got one to be written off. To be fair, he isn't. He's a good keeper.
If they're that bad, he's getting lots of practice, isn't he?
I mean, listen, he might concede 4 goals a game, but he's probably making 8, 9, 10, 11 saves on top of that. So it's probably a workout for him.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to move on to my left back. There's a young lad called Luca Netz out of Germany. Currently plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's 6 foot. He's played 11 games in all competitions, 9 in the Bundesliga. He's got 2 assists, just shy of 700 minutes in the league. He joined Mönchengladbach last 2021. His contract runs to 26, so he's got 3 years left. He spent all of his youth career at Hertha Berlin. He's 20 years old. Again, I'm only going by this list that I've been given, so I don't know much about, pace or anything else. Unfortunately, using the transfer market website, it doesn't give me like a profile of him. Do you know what I mean? What I might do for next week is I might look these.
If you just maybe if you just name like a couple more midfield, don't do all, just do a couple more and a striker, and then we can come back to that. Can be
the striker on here is a young Nigerian fella. He's called Francis Momo. Again, he's a little over 6 foot. He's got 3 goals in 7 appearances. He's 22. He plays for Grasshopper Zurich. He's averaging a goal every 104 minutes in the league. He's played 300. In fact, he's played 311 minutes, right, in 7 games. So he's averaging a goal every 100 minutes that he's played. Give you an idea, Mikel Antonio is averaging 412 minutes per goal in the Premier League so far this season.
It's one every 4.5 games, isn't it?
Yeah. So when you're looking, like I say, when you're looking at this, he's playing in Zurich. You know, the only player I actually recognise, and probably the only one you boys will recognise, is a 22-year-old Brazilian, plays as an attacking right winger for Real Madrid. Rodrigo.
Right.
Again, I'll tell you what, it's funny because he's only got a goal every 297 minutes, but he's played 13 games in the league, and he's got 3 goals and 3 assists. So that tells me, you know, we're not. Don't get me wrong, he's £100 million player, right? Yeah. We're not getting him. He plays for Real Madrid. He's not coming to West Ham. But he joined Real Madrid from Santos for 45 million quid. Right. His market value at the moment is 100 million. The sort of player, that's the sort of thing that Stuyden can do for us. He can bring in players like Kudus. Not being funny, Chelsea agreed fees for Mohamed Kudus, not fees, personal terms. Chelsea agreed personal terms with Mohamed Kudus and his agent to join Chelsea. They went to Ajax, and Ajax wanted the 30 plus 5, which is what we got him for. Chelsea refused to pay more than £17 million. Now, we've got him for 35. 2 years' time, we could be selling him for 80, 90 million quid. From what I've seen, he's going to be worth 80 or 90 million quid in 2 years' time. You know, straight off the bat, there's a £50 million profit straight in the bag for Stuyden. I'm not saying we want to sell him, but you remember a couple of months back we were worried about Paqueta going to City for £85 million. We can't let him go. He's our best player. Right. Look at what Stuyden did with the money from Declan Rice.
Yeah.
He got Kudus. He got Alvarez. He got Mavropanos. I'm not concerned now about what we do with the money. I'm trusting Stuyden's. I'm trusting his process, and I'm trusting his project. If we were to look again with Bowen, if we were to sell Bowen and get £90 million for Bowen, I wouldn't be. I'd be upset to see the best player go, but I trust the process that Stuyden's got someone that can come in and replace that man.
Thing is, you know, there are players in our first 11 like Paqueta who will go. You know,
yeah,
I thought yesterday was sensational, but that's just my opinion. But what Stuyden will do is he'll then look for the next Paqueta who's younger.
Yep.
And as much as I don't want to see Paqueta go, and as much as I love watching him play for West Ham, I'm also resigned to the fact that he will go. Somebody will come in for him, and it will be an offer we can't refuse. So be it, you know. But it's then, if we get 85 million for him, and hopefully they tie him down to a new contract so we can get a bit more than that, give Stuyden 85 million, he can probably bring in 2, if not 3, really quality players for that money and actually strengthen the side. And that's what excites me. You know, Stuyden's got people like Bowen to sign because he sold them a project. He sold Kudus a project. Yeah, so there's obviously forward planning, and that's something we've not had very much before. We've gone out and, we're in trouble. We need to fill this gap. Let's buy that player. Yeah, we won't think about resale value. This is much more structured, much more encouraging. And I think in my years of supporting West Ham, this is the first time we've had this approach.
I've just put it in a private chat, so thingy. The ones who I want though is I'd pay 50 million for Way. I would from France, the American, and the one as well. Apparently, I only want 15 million. Dude, is Gift Auburn, who played against us last year. Auburn,
mate, all day long. Both of them players you've just mentioned, outstanding. outstanding talent.
Fuck Antonio off and then have them.
But I'd be all
Like,
over that.
Yeah. And the other one as well is, who is the is it Mukakobo, the Dortmund young one?
Yeah,
18.
Great player.
He's a beast. He's fucking rapid. He's literally Antonio. But can finish.
Yeah, mate, I could be Antonio. I could be better than Antonio and finish.
But no, there is some quality talent, and like you said, I think Steiden, he's not going away anytime soon. I don't think he's using us as a stepping stone to go to City or whatever. I think it's very exciting, and I like we mentioned on the other show. I don't want to talk about it. Moyes' time is coming to an end, and it will be at the end of the season. And I'm just very excited. Me personally, it's not going to be Alonso. It's not going to be Alonso, but I think we've got someone in mind who's probably knows the project, what he's going to do. He's probably told Stein and a couple of other players who he wants. And next summer will be the biggest we thought we'd done a lot of transfers this summer. I'm probably looking in and out. I reckon there are probably about 18 players next summer. Just think of the players that we've got out of contract. Fornals, Johnson, Frank Fabianski's up as well. Like Bonner, there's Creswell. There's loads of players, and I reckon it could be about 18 players in and out, in my opinion.
Yeah, mate, I completely agree.
Yeah. But what we'll then have is a younger squad, a much younger squad.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
We brought Oggy on yesterday, and Oggy's been a great servant, and I think the guy's great. And he came on for a cameo to shore us up at the back. But that's what you use Oggy for now. He's not a viable alternative in the Premier League. We need people that are viable alternatives.
See, I'm more than happy for young. Like, it's the same with any job. Like, I've made mistakes in my job. Steve, I'm guessing you have, Duke. Like, anyone in the chat.
Yeah.
It's about making mistakes. It's how you overcome them and learn from them. And that youngsters are never going to get that opportunity if they're not given the chance. But I think next season they definitely will.
You've got to, haven't you? That's the key thing. You've got to make space for these players to come in. Otherwise, you're going to end up falling further and further behind. And that's my concern. That is my concern, is that we're going to fall behind if we don't get things sorted.
But I think we are getting things sorted. I mean, from what I understand, reading between the lines, Steiden's become Sullivan's de facto number 2, hasn't he?
He's becoming very omnipotent.
Yeah. And let's face it, if you've got somebody who appears to be that good and that competent, it can only be a good thing.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since you've had somebody pulling the strings who actually knows exactly what they're doing. And that's where I'm encouraged.
Sorry, I think I've already won the Premier League in 10 years' time with my kids as well, by the way. I've been sitting here looking at the best under. I'm struggling because I've got 3 goalkeepers that I might choose from, and I'm like,
oh dear.
But it could be interesting. Next week will be fun. Make sure everyone in the chat. There's 3 of you left. Those that have watched, just keep an eye on that. We'll have some fun.
Yeah.
I need food.
Andy needs food. We've already done 50 minutes over here. We did 40 minutes over on the other show as well. So we've done the best part of hour and 45 across 2 channels tonight. So let's call it a day. Boys, if you can stick around for 2 minutes afterwards, because I want to get some input from you. Andy, I know you want to eat, so literally I won't keep you any longer than that. Everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us across both channels and both shows tonight. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Like we said, I'm sure you guys get bored of hearing it. We get bored of saying the same thing over and over again, so I'm not going to keep repeating it. Just enough time to say thank you all and good night.
Good night. Come on, you on.
Take care. See you later. Bye.